What's going on, guys? It's Tyler from House of Cards TCG, and I am bringing you another Dueling Book replay. This is round 3 of a Dragonriders online Yu-Gi-Oh tournament, and we are playing for a Starlight Torn Scales, which you can see is around $300 right about now. Listed medium price is that. Can go for about $275. So winner of the tournament gets a Starlight Torn Scales. There was a 32-man Dueling Book tournament, and this is round 3, so this is basically the round of 8 people left. And you can see my past duels with this deck. I'm playing Dragon Link, and first matchup was against Mirror Match, won that, and then the next matchup was against Dinos, won that. So this is round 3, and I played against Bird Up, which is obviously a tier 1 deck. And honestly, this deck is really good. But so we're gonna go ahead and start. And Tub is cute. I played him a bunch of times. You've probably seen him on the DB Grinders channel. Tub is a really good player. Just really good. And him and Emptiness are my kryptonite, right? I just want to beat them so bad. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. So I'm going to be able to go first here. And I'm going to go ahead and open up with a Chaos Space, Quick Launch, Effect Veiler, Dragon Maid Tidying, and a Droplet. And then he opens up with the Nerval, the Wobbler, or Warbler. Yeah, Warbler, I'm going to say that right. Droplet, the Swallow, and the Fractal. So his hand is pretty good with the Droplet. And then main phase 1, I'm going to go ahead and activate Chaos Space. I have to pitch my Veiler here. I have no other choice. And then I'm going to go ahead and search out the Black Dragon. And then I will go ahead and banish Veiler, summon out Black Dragon, link that off for a Striker Dragon, do Chainlink 1 Striker, Chainlink 2 Black Dragon. So search out the White Dragon, and then search out the Boot Sector launch. And then I'm going to go ahead and summon out the White Dragon, activate Chaos Space effect, go ahead and put Black Dragon on the bottom of the deck, and draw a card. And we are able to draw into another quick launch, which is really good for us. So basically here, there's no point in me going for Romulus. I pretty much have interruptions that I need and have access to my quick launches, which is my Tracer and all that. So no need to go Romulus here. So I go straight into Seal. And then I'm going to go ahead and activate the White Dragon effect this time. Search the Black Dragon out. And then we're going to go ahead and quick launch, bring out the Tracer. And then we're going to go ahead and activate another quick launch, this time chaining Tracer to that. And that's going to pop the quick launch. And then we're going to be able to summon out 2 rockets from our deck, bringing out the Recharger and the Synchron. And then we're going to go ahead and link those, or synchro those 2 off for a Chaos Ruler. And then we're going to go ahead and mill 5. And our mills are, let's see what we get. We get a Chaos Space for follow-up, a Safer, Tracer, another Safer, and the Apsarouter Dragon. So we go ahead and add the Safer to our hand. And then we're going to go ahead and get Apsarouter effect. Apsarouter effect is going to search out a Tracer. Oh, actually I searched a Synchron there. Not, oh, because I haven't even normal summoned yet. Let's see. So did I normal summon yet? I did not normal summon because I started with Chaos Space. So actually I probably could have went Tracer. Then I could have normal summoned Safered, sent the Safered and the Black Dragon to get Chaos Leviair. But let's see. So I go ahead and bring out the Hot Red. And then on this, I go ahead and normal summon the Synchron. Okay, so that was my thinking here, was to go for the Savage rather than go for the Chaos Dragon. So I searched out Synchron. Synchron was able to normal summon. And then that's going to go ahead and bring out the Apsarouter Dragon. And then I'm going to go ahead and synchro those off for a Savage. And then Savage effect is going to go ahead and equip the Striker Dragon. So basically, I have a Seal Bounce. I have a Savage Omni Negate, Hot Red Negate on the field, a Tidying, as well as a Droplet. So actually, big brain play here too, I was able to do, because with his Droplet, that was really strong. So he's going to go ahead and activate Fractal effect. I'll let that go through. Fractal is then going to go ahead and send the Cobalt Sparrow. And then, so honestly, I'm pretty much already thinking about this card, which is the Warbler. So Warbler is going to go ahead and special summon, bring back out the Sparrow. And then the Sparrow is going to go ahead and add a Wing 1. So, you know, pretty much was the play I was reading there. So he goes ahead and brings out the Warbler effect. On this, I'm going to go ahead and negate with Savage. And my thinking there was, if he special summons out that one, he still has his normal summon. I still have plenty of negates, but let's go ahead and stop this now, because if Sparrow comes back out, he can literally search any level 1 that he wants. And he didn't send Kit to search Nerval, so I assumed he had Nerval here. But stopping this, basically, I didn't know if he had any more extenders in his hand, but I felt like that was a good point to go ahead and Savage Negate, especially because I was backed up by just so many more negates, and that was a big reason why. So then he goes ahead and droplets here. He sends the Warbler for cost, he sends the other Warbler for cost, and the Nerval for cost. So on this, I was thinking, okay, so he sent 3, he's going to negate all 3. I still want my Seal bounce on his normal summon, because that's going to be huge. So my thinking here was, okay, so how can I play around this? Well, I go ahead and chain Tidying, since he only sent monsters, and then I was able to go ahead and he goes ahead and bounces the Sparrow back to hand. So I was thinking I'm going to bounce the Sparrow. And biggest reason why is because he hasn't normal summoned. Sparrow does nothing on its normal summon. Obviously, I don't know that he has the Swallow here, but I mean, neither one of these do anything on a normal summon. But now, before that even resolves, I can go ahead and hot red negate the droplet, and that's going to go ahead and keep my Seal bounce alive. So I hot red negate the droplet, and then I go ahead and bounce my own Savage. And then from here, he's going to go ahead and activate the effect of Nerval, because it was sent for cost, so he can go ahead and search. So he searches out at Kuraz. Now this is easy for me pretty much. I'm basically just thinking all I got to do is bounce the normal summon. So he brings out the Kuraz. I go ahead and Seal, bounce that. And then so my thinking was, okay, he normal summons Kuraz. I know Kuraz can use its other effect, which is discarding another card, it's going to neg him in his hand, right? So he can discard, then summon it back. But I still have the droplet, which is going to negate that, and the next turn is just OTK. So he's going to only have 1 card in hand after he summons that, and I still have Hot Red with a Chaos Ruler that I can bring back, and then obviously safer Black Dragon Boot Sector, like so much follow-up here. So that was an easy call for me. Obviously, the only unknown is a Swallow, but he already committed his normal summon. If I bounce that, I can bring something out, and then on his special summon of Kuraz, I have Droplet to negate. So that was my thinking on that. So Seal effect is going to go ahead and summon out a Chamber. Chamber is going to go ahead and search me out a Tidying. And that's just for more follow-up there. And then last card is the Kuraz. Kuraz effect is going to go ahead and banish 4, which was an easy call. Flip the Droplet, and he missed the feat. So game 1, Dragons pick up the win. Going into game 2, he's going to decide to go first. And then opening hands are going to be Rocket Recharger, Droplet, Quick Launch, Lancia, and then the White Dragon. And then he has Imperm, Imperial Order. He has the Wagtail, Triple Tactics, and Tenki. So his hand is like absolutely broken. I'm just going to be honest with you. Unfortunately, Dragons lose hard to Imperial Order. It's just facts. So he's going to go ahead and activate Tenki. Tenki effect is then going to go ahead and search out the Fractal. Then he's going to go ahead and Fractal effect, send himself, send the Kit, send the Nerval. Oh, he just goes ahead and sends Nerval. Then he's going to search Kit with Nerval. Yep. And then he's going to go ahead and normal summon Kit. And then I said on summon because he went straight into banishing. So on summon. Put those back. We're going to go ahead and Lancia. Now here, he's committed his normal summon. He can't go into the Blossom. Blossom was going to bring out the Wagtail. So stopping this, that one Lancia actually stopped his whole turn. He does have talents to go forward, but unfortunately with Imperial Order on this hand, it's going to be really tough. And the Imperm. So he talents, looks at hand. When he talents, looked at hand, I was extremely surprised that he hit my White Dragon, but now it made sense because he does have the Imperial Order. So he goes ahead and shuffles back my White Dragon into the deck. He sets the Imperm, he sets the Imperial Order, and passes. I top deck the Imperm for turn. And then I go ahead and activate Quick Launch. He Imperial Orders that. And then I guess I could have then normal summon Recharger, went into Striker, Striker search Boot Sector launch, but then like there's just no play after that. I mean, Striker can pop itself, add Recharger back to hand, but I mean, I just have no play at this point. It's just not enough engine in my hand to play through that. So I pass. He activates the Kit effect for 2, and this time he's just pretty much going to go ahead and pop off on me. So that brings out the Blossom. Blossom effect is then going to go ahead and bring out the Wagtail. Wagtail effect is then going to activate, grabbing himself a Bird Call. He's thinking here. Yep, grab the bird call. Also, DB has a new thinking emoji. If you didn't know, I know you can't see it because of the screen here, but it's a thinking emoji now on DB. It's actually really cool. And I'm talking about that on here. I was like, that's actually crazy, the thinking emoji. So, yep, he added the bird call, and then he's going to go ahead and see what he decides to do. He goes ahead and links the 3 off, goes into the smorg. Then he's going to Baron Blossom effect, grabbing the called by, and he's going to go ahead and put the bird call back. And then he's going to go ahead and Nerval, add the Kuraz, normal summon, and then he's going to go ahead and banish 2. That's going to go ahead and bring out the double Dragon Lords. And on that battle phase, he's going to go ahead and attack. Double Dragon Lords is always at 16 pretty much, and then Fractal and Samorg. Then on end phase, he's going to go ahead and bring out the Mist and set the call by. Mist Avion. Apex Avion, right? Mist Valley, Apex Avion. So really good board. Omni Negate, a bounce, as well as he has Imperm, and he's got called by. Sorry about that. So next play, he's going to pass. I top deck a Droplet, which is pretty much dead. I think a little bit about what to do. My only play here is pretty much to go ahead and Imperm and see if he negates it. And I go for the double Dragon Lords. He does negate it. So that was my only play that I could really do. So going through there, I pretty much scoop at this point because there's nothing that I could do. I bring out the Recharger, link off the Recharger for a Striker Dragon. But again, I was like, it doesn't really matter because there's just nothing that I could do. I searched out the boot sector launch. I tried. I can't even hit it over anything. So going into game 3, I'm going to decide to go first, which is good for dragons. And we're going to go ahead and open up with a quick launch, Dragon Ravine, Rocket Tracer, Rocket Recharger, unfortunately, and the Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. So these 2 guys, unfortunately, opened in their hand. We have the Sparrow, Fractal, Droll Lockbird, Callby, and the Nerval. So we're going to start off with the thinking here. We're going to go ahead and quick launch. Quick launch is going to bring out the Synchron. Then we're going to go ahead and link off the Synchron for a Striker Dragon. Striker Dragon effect is then going to search out a boot sector launch. And then we're going to go ahead and drop Droll and Lockbird on us, which is pretty bad here. So then we're going to go ahead and banish the Striker Dragon, bring out the Red Eyes Darkness Metal. That's going to bring back the Synchron. And then we're going to link those 2 off for a Seal. And then we can go ahead and boot sector launch. That's going to bring out the Tracer and the Recharger. So my thinking here was, okay, I could go for a Chaos Ruler and do some milling. I can't add to hand, but at least maybe I could just mill something for some follow-up next turn if I can stop him with Seal. No sense in going to Savage since I banished my Striker Dragon. So I thought about it even going for an IP, because then IP could be here. Then you could Seal, bounce, bring out another one. That's another interruption, but I really wanted my Ravine for the next following play. So after giving it some thought, I go ahead and roll the dice, and we go into a Chaos Ruler. And then I Chaos Ruler mill, and honestly, my mills are just terrible here. So we mill out a Imperm, a Quick Launch, another Imperm, a Tidying, and a Black Dragon. So the mills were just absolutely terrible here. So I go ahead and pass. He top decks a Droplet, so now he's got the Droll, Called By, and a Droplet on me. So main one, he's going to go ahead and start off by thinking a lot. He activates Fractal effect. Fractal is going to send itself. And then he's going to go ahead and send the kit, send the Nerval. Nerval effect is then going to be able to add. He's going to add the Kuraz. Then he's going to go ahead and Kuraz effect, discarding the... Oh, just normal summon. He normal summoned the Kuraz, banishing 2. So at this point, I thought about the summon. And you can see here, I was thinking on the summon. So I was like, you know what? The summon doesn't really do much, right? If I try to bounce the summon... that's fine. The biggest thing, since he already committed his normal summon, is if I can bounce the Link 2, because then the Link 2 can't extend. So on that summon, he goes ahead and Kuraz effect, and then he changed Droplet, sending the Kuraz. Because I said the Kuraz effect was fine. So maybe that was a misplay on my end. Maybe I should have just bounced the normal summon, but it's Kuraz. He's just going to go ahead and use the effect of Kuraz to bring itself back out and then still extend. So that's why I saved the Seal for the effect, which was then to bounce the link to. Once I bounce the link to, then he can't extend, right? So that was my thinking behind that, because it doesn't matter if I bounce the normal summon, he's just going to Karaz effect and then summon it back out and then still use its effect. But unfortunately, he did top deck the droplet, and the droplet's going to stop my seal from that. So that is unfortunate. So now in this game state, what I'm thinking is, all right, what I really need is some kind of play here. I can bring out Chamber. Chamber can search me a Tidying. I can then bring out, Safer. I can bring out a Light, because then if this gets beat over, I can bring it back next turn. So I went through all the plays in my head, and I was definitely thinking about bringing out a Safer or some kind of light monster, or Chamber effect, then search Tidying. So those were my two options that I was playing in my head and thinking about, because I knew I had Ravine. So then on the he brings out the Sparrow, and then he thinks over what to add. So then Sparrow's going to go ahead and add the Barrel Canary. Then he's going to go ahead and link those off for a Smorg. And then Blossom Effect is going to allow him to draw. He draws another Barrel Canary, and then he's going to go ahead and put one back. He puts back one of the Canaries. And then he's going to go ahead and activate Barrel Canary Effect. That's going to bring out Canary and bring out the Sparrow. And then he's going to overlay those. So then right here, I pretty much just kind of know what's coming. So I'm going to go ahead and chain my seal here before he can bring out the XYZ. Just in case, I mean, I don't know if he's going to go for like a Robin or something, and then he's going to bounce my special summon. I'm not 100% sure. So I just go ahead and activate my seal effect. And that actually puts a light in my grave for Chaos Ruler. So I was going to bring out Chamber. I'm pretty sure that's what I was going to bring out. That's my light. But he has the called by the one of. So one of on game 2, Imperial Order. One of on game 3 with the call by. He hits my seal. And that's going to be extremely hard for me to get over once he does that. So then he goes for the Starling. And then the Starling effect is going to go ahead and activate. He's going to bump that by 600. And then he's going to go ahead and use the effect to detach, and that's going to go ahead and search. And that searches out the Swallow. And then he's going to go ahead and activate Swallow Effect. And Swallow Effect will then bring out itself and bring out the Nerval. And then he's going to overlay those two for another Starling. Starling Effect is then going to bump the Smorg up by another 600. So it's at 3,600. And then Chainlink 2 to attach, so it's actually 300 more, or 200 more, I'm sorry, because I had 3 materials at the time. And then uses the effects, goes and overlays, goes for the Utopia, goes for the Utopic Draco. So I have 1 monster negate, so I'm thinking, right? And then he's going to go ahead and attack with Draco. Then he's going to go ahead and overlay that with a Zeus, and that's going to go ahead and stop my Boot Sector launch from being able to summon back out. Then he uses the Smorg effect. That's going to bring out the Wagtail, and then he's going to get the Wagtail effect, and that's going to go ahead and add the Bird Call for follow-up. So pretty much looking for a really good top deck. And here's the crazy thing with our top deck was a Leviair. So like, it's such a good top deck, but the problem is that the Called By hurt us in so many different ways. Not only did the Called By stop us from getting the summon, it prevented us now also from having a light engrave to bring back our Chaos Ruler. And now it's preventing us from being able to, anything, Ravine, pitch a Leviair, send a Safer, put another light, and then we could Safer add Chaos Dragon back to hand, have a light and a dark for Chaos Ruler. But that Called By honestly completely crushed our deck. Like, it stopped us from having a light. It stopped us from doing any extension, any plays. So main one, go ahead and activate Boot. Just going to force the interruption here. He's going to go ahead and chain Zeus to that. And then great interaction to know is that field spells, they have to, it resolves without summoning, because the field spell has to be on the field when it resolves in order to get the summon. So we go back and forth on this, and then he's basically let me know, like, yeah, field spells have to be on the field at res. So we go back, and it's confirmed that the field spell has to be on the field on resolution to get the summon, and it wasn't. So then there's no summon that happens. And I basically say that Call By on Seal hurt a lot. So I go ahead and banish 3, bring out the Levy, activate the Leviair effect. I'm just hitting a card at this point because it's all I can really do. So I go ahead and hit the Bird Call out of hand and then pass. He draws Imperm, Then he's going to go ahead and nerve all effect, banish 4, bring out the Omen, and then here I was just like GG's. That's pretty much all it is. Switch Zeus to attack, banish the Leviair, and hit. So very well played by Tubba's Cute. Unfortunately, I lost with Dragons in round of 8, but we made it that far. So I'll definitely be playing in more tournaments. Let me know what you guys think of the gameplay here. If you saw a more optimal play, or if you just think that this was, you know, how the game intended. That's what happens when you draw one-offs. It's that good. So let me know what you guys think, and I appreciate everybody that's watching. Make sure to like and subscribe and follow for more content. This has been Tyler with House of Cards TCG, and signing out.